Welcome to the PBC 2020 NBA Draft Remote Film Room. My name is Jon Chepkevich, Director of Scouting for the PBC, and joining me today is Gonzaga forward Killian Tillie. What's going on, Killian?
Hey, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Really happy to have you on here. And, as a senior that's about to embark on your professional basketball journey, it's a really strange time for you right now, trying to sort of navigate this pre-draft process and figure things out amidst the quarantine. How you holding up, man?
Doing good. Just trying to figure out, what to do, and be patient. And just waiting on some news, some good news for us. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You've had a really awesome college career, have played in some high leverage games, really big games, been on the big stage, and now, it's time for you to take that next step to the professional level. And while right now you unfortunately can't really get in front of teams and go work out at their facilities and everything, thought this would be a good opportunity for us to do something different, sit down, go through some game film together. And you're a really high IQ player, so I think it'd be good for you to kind of be able to show to teams how you think through the game, how you make reads, and how you sort of set yourself and your teammates up for success.
Yeah. I'm definitely excited for that. Seeing your previous one, so yeah, I'm definitely excited for that.
Cool, man. Well, let's get to it. Let's start with the offensive side of the ball for you. And before we even get into the tape, you are, one of the more efficient guys in college basketball in a lot of different situations. So, just overall, you're in the 98th percentile in efficiency and points per possession. And in some really key areas, you excel as like a pick and roll and pick and pop man at 92nd percentile. 75th percentile as a spot up guy, which is great for, being a forward or big. 93rd percentile posting up. You just, are able to slice and dice defenses in a variety of ways. And, that kind of versatility at the forward position, I think is going to be able to add a lot of value at the next level.
Yeah.
Start here, game against Oregon early in the season. So let me run this back from the beginning here.
Yeah, right here, just do a little pick and rolls on the side. You can see them, switching. Every time there's a switch, the other big got a flash, high, low. That's kind of a Gonzaga role. So just don't even think about it. Flash and touch pass, and yeah, Philip just finishes.
Yeah, it seems like Philip, once he gets that switch, he kind of recognizes that and calls that out for you, right? I think like once he gets down here, he starts pointing that direction. Is that something where you guys as a team just have really good chemistry, and as soon as you see him calling that out, that it's time for you to flash and look for that?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you see the switch, you gotta flash high low, flash on the high post so you can do high low, and that's what we work on every practice. We work on this pass every practice. So I mean, it was a pretty easy one.
Yeah, and I think you playing alongside another big in a way that kind of was helpful for you building up your skills in all these other areas with these touch passes and short rolls and things like that. And you can definitely see that on display here. So we'll move on to this next play here against Michigan. So you get a little pick and roll going. It works around the horn. I really like this relocation here. It doesn't lead to a shot, but maybe let's start with that. How do you, what are you seeing and what do you read here after you roll that causes you to relocate out to the perimeter?
I mean, just see him like driving baseline. I mean, there's nowhere for me to go. Maybe stay in the pocket, but I like to space the floor, so I just pop at the three right here, and then trying to figure out what happens.
Yeah,
I was gonna shoot it, but it would have been a bad shot. Then good pick and roll with Joel and finds me pretty easily.
Yeah, and so I think it's a really good job by you to not force that first one up, right, when it's not there, the three, and then figure out how you can capitalize the rest of this possession here. So you get this roll, and then you're posted up against Livers here. And I think one thing that really stands out for you, at least in the post on offense, is your footwork. You want to maybe speak to how you work on this and have such a variety of ways to punish people with like post fades and going over either shoulder and a variety of finishes.
Yeah, I mean the post ups. I just obviously my right hand is my my main weapon. I almost always go to my right hand. And I worked a lot on my counter move now. Just a little fadeaway like this, a little bit over my right shoulder. But yeah, footwork is pretty important. Just get space and don't be stuck of the defense. So just try to fade away from the defender.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll move on to another play here. So you're matched up against BYU, one of the tougher opponents in your conference. And, I think the pick and pop is going to be one of your major calling cards at the next level. I think that you're super dynamic in that, have a good feel for that, and have a really quick trigger release and smooth shooting form to kind of get into this and get it off before Childs is able to get back to you.
Yeah.
The pick and pop is like potentially one of the areas that you can thrive in the NBA?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's definitely one of my main weapons this year.
Yeah.
It's just important to read whatever the defense do. Right here, they just like kind of high show. So they're a little bit late. So I had to shoot it pretty quickly because he was recovering really fast.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're gonna switch. If they switch, I'm not gonna pop. I'm gonna just short roll and
Right.
get inside. But yeah,
Right.
just gotta
Take
read it.
advantage of like a 4-on-3 situation from the foul line, make those reads, right?
Yeah, but yeah, pick and pass with Joel. He always finds me. It's pretty good. It's a good passer.
Yeah, and it's just really good footwork by you here. You're facing this direction after the screen, able to completely flip yourself around and square up for the shot before Childs gets back. Just really nicely done. So now this one, we would just wanted to, this is just a quick little baseline out of bounds set, but I think this shows off, your dexterity and your hands and your kind of ability to, get up there and have soft touch in this situation.
Yeah, I mean,
is this a baseline out of bounds play that you
yeah,
guys like to run pretty frequently? And are you
I mean,
comfortable?
that's the play that the coach put at the end of the season for these last two games we had.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen this play in 4 years, and you just put it in at the end for me.
Just
And
on the fly?
yeah, I mean, we ran practice before, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of the first times we were in the games. I mean, we did it twice against San Francisco before, and then same area. So I mean, and it worked every time. So I mean,
Yeah.
it was pretty good. When we had like a big guy skill like Philip right now, can pass like that. It's pretty easy to play.
Yeah, for sure. And it's good encouraging to see you be able to time that out nicely, be in sync with Philip there and just have the nice soft touch.
Hey, you got Corey good setting good screen. I mean, it's all teamwork.
Yep. So here we're gonna highlight a pick and pop again, but maybe you can tell me on this one, what maybe you could have done a little better in this situation.
Yes, definitely a really bad shot. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely should have passed it to Admon over there, especially he just made
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 threes in a row. So definitely a bad move for me. And yeah, I mean you just gotta read the. I didn't see him on my weak side. I just see him at the last moment. And
Yeah. I mean, it was a good read by Haas there, right? Like he comes up and
yeah.
as we saw in that previous clip against BYU, you stuck that one against Yoli. So Haas kind of keys in on you on this one. But, just adding that, having that quick trigger is huge. It's going to draw a lot of gravity like this out to the perimeter. And I think if you just in these situations can see this happening and anticipate it, you'll be able to rack up some assists from that shooting gravity that you have, right?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it didn't end up bad. It was a pass to Corey right here. That's good.
That's right. The Kobe assist goes right to him. Nice hustle.
Right to it. That was a little pass. It was pass. Actually, it was a pass.
Yeah, let's chalk that up as a little assist there, a little Kobe assist. So moving on to back to the Oregon game. This one, I was hoping you could maybe speak to your ball handling and ability to kind of, in a pinch, bring it up against some pressure here. Are you comfortable, combating some pressure like this and handling it on the perimeter?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think my ball handling could be, much better.
Sure.
I still, feel confident dribbling, bringing the ball up. I did that a lot, especially when they were pressing like this. I was with Ryan. If Ryan was just, he's so quick. He would just pass everybody, or
Yeah.
if they were trapping him, you just passing me the ball. I could bring the ball up. So something I
Yeah.
can do too.
Yeah, it's good for you to be able to be like a release valve for your guard if he's getting really pressed up on. And then I love the end of this play here. So you run this little pin down to start, and then you pop out, have Peyton Pritchard closing out on you. I think this is, again, a testament to your shooting gravity, because he has to close out on you hard after this. And, what are you seeing here, and how are you attacking him in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, first the pin down with Corey is always pretty good. Saw him curling, so I had to pop.
Yeah.
Well, he curls, so it makes me want to pop.
Yep.
And this switch or just shot fake. Obviously, it's easier to play when you're a good shooter.
Right.
They're gonna close out hard on you, so you got open drives and then right hand floater. That's all I do.
Yeah, and that floater is crazy, man. Like, that's from pretty far out, and your touch is just incredible there to be able to, pump fake Pritchard, take one dribble, and kind of pop it up with one hand and have such nice touch there. That's a great counter move for when people close out aggressively on you.
Yeah, I really like this shot right here.
Yeah. So another clip against Oregon here as well. So last second. This isn't even a real improvement area. I just wanted to, how badly did you wish that thing went in?
Where's the so bad,
Killian?
It felt great too. Like, honestly, it was straight up. It felt perfect. It was just a little short, but that would have been pretty good.
That would have been a fun one to knock down. Just came up a little bit short, but that's a tough shot. That would have been a fun one though, for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty deep. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I didn't say it was that deep. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite games of the year to watch. Really competitive, back and forth one for sure.
For sure.
So, all right, we're going to move on now to, let's see, we got you handling in transition here. And then kind of floating this up off the glass. Again, do you think, you might not be asked to do it a lot, but are you comfortable in these kind of secondary break situations, handling and kind of breaking someone down off the dribble like this? Do you think that you could be maybe a little bit of a grab and go guy at the next level?
Yeah. I mean, I did it a lot this year, grab rebounds and then bring the ball up. And if I got, big guys on me, a little slower than me, I'd drive them. Well, right here, Liver is way faster than me, but, try to, get a little edge on him, and of my right hand is pretty good too.
Yeah, I mean, Livers, he's no slouch on D, and he plays okay defense right here, but when the offense is better than defense, sometimes you just, you have that great touch again, and you're kind of even floating away from the basket here. He gets a really high contest on you, and you're still able to kind of get that up over top and have the nice soft touch to finish. So, that transition element to your game, I think, is pretty impressive as well. So now we're going to switch over to the defensive side of the ball here. So you want to maybe talk me through, I guess, you get switched on to Malik Fitz here, right? Malik Fitz, one of the better isolation scorers in your conference, a guy that has a combo of size and, burst off the bounce and strength. When you're matched up against a guy like this who, has an NBA body, has an NBA game and ISO, what's your mentality? What are you thinking about from the scouting report, and how are you going about trying to lock him down?
Definitely more motivation, more excited when you guys, got good players like Fitz against you.
Yeah.
That trying to score on you,
Yeah.
When they call ISO on you, I mean, they think they can, go all the way, get to the basket. So, I mean, it's definitely motivating, and, right here, just trying to lock him up. It was pretty good.
Yeah, you stopped them twice on this possession, right? They tried to go at you 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
Had your feet super well there, maintain position, knock it away. Then they try to come back at you. Did you feel offended when they tried to ISO you again on this one?
I mean, not really. Just, it's their problem. I'm good.
That's right.
But yeah, I just had to stay focused, because usually the second time you kind of relax. So just try to stay focused.
Yeah, just really good, consistent effort the whole way through the possession. And, here at the end, 4 seconds on the clock, he's putting it up. So you're able to slide your feet and then just send that pack in there at the end. That had to feel good.
For sure.
Next, we've got, this is St. Mary's again as well. Again, matched up against Fitz. He thinks he's going to take you off the bounce. I mean, and he's throwing elbows at you and everything, and you end up ripping it out at the end, have the strength to kind of fend him off, take that physicality, and then just end up having the quick hands. Is this a similar thing that you're seeing here? Like, do you know that he maybe prefers to drive to the right and you just are able to slide your feet and recover there?
Yeah, I mean, he was hooping first half and probably had 20 on the first half. So I knew he was going to try to, get his own. And definitely, right hand is definitely a stronger hand. So just got to get ready. He was, pretty physical on this drive, but at the end just showed me the ball. So just, I try to grab him from him.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really impressive combination of, I think, quick feet and then the strength at the end. Because, I mean, look how quick your feet are there and kind of getting, recovering to the spot and cutting them off, first of all, right? You kind of get up into him before he even gets down past that hash mark there. And then you don't give up too much ground and then, are physical there. Do you think sometimes guys think, when they had you out on the perimeter that they might be able to take you off the bounce because you're a big, but then you're kind of deceptively quick and able to like force them into tough situations because of that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, on the first video, when we switched, he right away, called for ISO because he thought I was slower. But yeah, I have pretty quick feet sometimes, and yeah, that's not a problem to me to guard guards.
Yeah, you think the NBA is a pretty switch-heavy league at this point, right? Do you think that ability for you to move your feet like that is really conducive to you kind of thriving in an NBA defensive system where there's a lot of switching and rotations, and you'll be asked to kind of switch on to these quicker guards?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I can still improve a lot,
Sure.
but something I got way better during my time at GU.
Yeah.
And something I like to do, so definitely want to do for the next level. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. So next we've got another clip against Oregon where, this guy ends up getting a bucket, but I feel like it's probably pretty good to you, right? It's not always the end result that, is the be all end all of the play when you're digging through this. Tries to take you off the bounce, cross you over behind the back, stick with them. Just a tough shot make there, right? Yeah. You kind of have to live with that one at that point.
Nah, yeah, you just threw it up there and yeah, kind of got lucky.
So again, I think this, he made the bucket, but this is again highlighting your defensive strengths of keeping guys in front of you, and you're in good position here. He just kind of flails it up, kind of a lucky make, but you live with that. You're still up double digits there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough two, so I mean that's what we want, tough twos.
Exactly, tough twos is the name of the game. Force them into inefficient, tough looks. So here, I think let's take this one maybe back up a little bit. What we wanted to touch on here is maybe a potential improvement area and kind of fighting through screens, right? So this time you get kind of pinned and stuck in the elbow and end up, do you kind of realize that you're stuck here and then decide like, that you're not going to end up getting there for the closeout when it's all said and done and kind of try to just get in and fight for the board at that point?
Like, I mean, first, it was my bad right here. I had to go over the screen. That was the game plan because he was a pretty good shooter, Krebs. You had to go over and then went under, and then I was kind of stuck. So I thought Philly was going to switch on him and me going to take the other big right here.
Right.
But he stayed low. So we
rotation where Petrusev would pop out to the corner. And
right. But it was kind of hard, though. It was kind of weird spot. So
yeah.
At this point, just go to rebound. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, I think, just minor improvement area, trying to, like, that screen might be coming, just try to fight around it, get around it. You have the quick feet to be able to kind of get up around and shirt tail them there. So maybe just like a minor thing to keep in mind because teams might try to run you off some screens at the next level. Next clip here. We'll see you're helping in here. And I think maybe another minor improvement area is on some of these closeouts, just, making sure that you're maintaining a disciplined stance on these, right? Because you do an awesome job of cutting off this driver here at the nail. And then when he kicks it out, this is a good shooter, obviously, right? But you end up kind of hopping up into this closeout a little bit, right? You think that's something that maybe you could, button up a little bit and try to make sure on these closeouts, even if it's a good shooter, to just kind of like, keep your choppy feet, maintaining your defensive position and just getting that high hand so you can recover?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was important for us first to, stop the driver, especially Ford.
Yeah.
He's so fast right here. Just, we had to be in the gaps really strongly. And
Sure.
then, yeah, it's way harder for us to close out. But, yeah, definitely something I got to improve on. Just stay ready. I was kind of slow at the end to move directions. I don't know why. I was pretty slow here. But,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
hopping a little bit, right? Like I think it was definitely a positive and a good read for you to cut off Ford because he's such a threat with the ball there. He's so fast, and you're going to probably guard a lot of stretch fours and bigs that can shoot it at the NBA level, and but a lot of those guys are going to be able to kind of attack closeouts really well too. So just trying to make sure that you keep your feet in a position where you can recover if they pump fake you, right?
Right, for sure, for sure. Just gotta stay, ready and low.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you're definitely capable of that. So here, a little kind of weak horn set there to start everything. And you're kind of ice out on the perimeter this time. Just kind of trailing this guard, good defense to start the possession. And here, they try to ISO you with 4 seconds left on the shot clock, right? He just gets a little bit of a step. And again, I think this speaks to your quick feet and ability to switch on the perimeter, which I think is super highly valued for a forward in the modern NBA this is a key situation in the game, 3-point game. He's trying to take you off the bounce and you have that kind of length to recover and still alter the shot and make it a tough 2 again, right?
Yeah, every time the guards smaller than me have a little edge on me, it's important at the end, show their size and try to, block or, just, make them struggle a little bit at the end. And yeah, that's what I try to do here.
Yeah, really good job of recovering and then not fouling, because it'd be really easy to kind of get caught up in the moment there and foul him. But you do a good job of using your left hand to get up there and contest and just make it tough, make them flail away from the rim. And like we said before, it's not always about blocking shots. It's about forcing them into uncomfortable situations and difficult looks. And I think you're one of the best in college basketball at doing that, and one of the best in this draft class.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, for sure, for sure. Definitely, I mean, blocks, definitely got to get better at it, get more numbers at it, I guess. But still, I really like, help defense and try, block shots and make them not score. So, yeah.
Yeah. And one thing we didn't even necessarily touch on here is I think you're a really smart off-ball defender and making these weak side rotations. And again, whether you're blocking the shot or not, just kind of being that half a step ahead from being smart, being in the right position, and being able to come across and help your teammates, force the guy to either kick it back out or put up a really tough shot. So you do a great job with that, and just have a good feel for the game on both ends for sure.
Because I'm definitely not the bigger guy or strongest guy or most athletic. So I mean, it's definitely important to have good positions first and then try to be smarter than the other guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think might be selling yourself a little bit short there. You've got the athleticism running in the family, right? The volleyball background.
I do. I mean, I'll be jumping. I can jump, but definitely like to use my mind a little more than my athletics.
Yeah, and I think that's a big separator and differentiator when it comes down to it, right? Like there's going to be a lot of guys every year that are trying to break their way into the league that might have a certain threshold of athleticism, but it's the guys that really get the game, understand the game, study the game, and have those good instincts to be in the right place at the right time. If you have that combination and then have the ball skills as well, like you do, I think that translates really cleanly into being kind of a modern NBA, forward or stretch big that can add some value in today's game.
Yeah, hopefully hopefully a team needs me, needs a guy like me. So yeah, that'd be cool.
I think pretty much every team could use a guy like you, man. What do you think? I guess let's kind of wrap it up here with this. So, what do you think is the biggest strength that you bring to the table on both ends? And, just for the NBA teams out there, who is Killian Tillie and what can they expect from you both on and off the court?
I mean, first they can expect a guy that brings intensity. Every game, gonna dive on the floor, do all the little things at first, and then someone like that's pretty versatile and that can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and versatility is just very key in today's game, right? You can't be a one-trick pony. You can't really be like a specialist anymore, right? Because in the long run, in high leverage situations, and then if you're going to be on a team that's competing for a championship, those kind of guys get played off the court, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're a guy who has all these facets to your game, like you're saying, that will keep you on the court in those high leverage situations and have you be able to add value regardless of the context of who you're playing and everything, right? Like you can add value in all these different ways. And I think, so long as you can stay healthy, that I think that you're certainly a first round talent in this draft and have the potential to stick for a long time in the NBA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, appreciate that for sure.
Of course, man. Well, hey, best of luck as you continue to navigate this pre-draft process here, and wishing the best for you. Going to be following along with the beginning of your career, and stay safe, man.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me. It was fun for sure. And yeah, stay safe.